let's start the meeting with the, I think Steve is not coming, so I'm going to mute everybody right now. You can just, well, I'll keep everybody up. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance 1 second. Let's see what I got here. Oh, that's not what I want. I want to get, where's our flag? Where'd our flag go? I had a beautiful flag set up. There it is. Here it is. There we go. Okay. Let's go. I pledge allegiance to the flag
United States
United States of America, and to
to the
the
republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, justice
and
for all.
justice for all.
Okay. Thanks for that. Stop that. Okay.
The
Jesse,
notice
it's all yours.
Thank you. The
Well,
notice requirements.
1 second, Jesse.
Okay.
I'm going to mute everybody, and then you can open up your mic. Okay. Open up your mic, Jess.
Okay.
Got
The notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act for this meeting have been met by transmitting the notice of the regular meeting to the Commissioner's official newspaper on February 1st, 2024, posting the notice where required, and filing a copy of the notice with the Commission Clerk. The Delay Commission meeting will be audio and videotaped and will be shown on APTV, Optimum 77, and throughout most of Monmouth County on FiOS 28. I'll take the roll. Okay. Alan Hurst? I thought I saw him now.
Alan's there.
Present.
Gotcha.
Yes,
Asbury
Mr.
Park? No Asbury?
Nope.
Deal? Interlaken?
Present.
Lock Arbor?
Here.
Neptune? And Ocean.
Here.
Tonight we have a resolution to approve the minutes of the regular meeting from July 25th, 2024. Someone please vote.
So moved, Ocean.
Second?
Interlaken.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Bruce, do you want to do the bill list?
Yes, I will be happy to do so.
Thank you very much.
All right. So at the beginning of the month of August, we had $23,664.18 on hand. We had, and I should say, thanks to the Herculean and dogged efforts of our intrepid and fearless leader, Don Brockle,
Yep.
the state of New Jersey finally forked over the money they've owed us forever in the amount of $92,549.25. And consequently, we have a total available cash of $116,368. There were various disbursements and grants. Our balance at the end was $102,963.71, plus the balances being held in our accounts. Total on deposit $102,963.71. And as the treasurer, I want to thank Mr. Brockle for his incredible efforts in battling the bureaucracy of the state of New Jersey.
And I will give a shout out to Bingo Powell, who did whatever he did. He did inquiry, and they knew that somebody was looking over the shoulder. So I thank Vin for that. And
Bingo Powell
and the assembly ladies.
From now on, we're going to have it saying, Bingo Powell is our pal.
Right.
Finally.
So we're back in business.
Yes, we are.
Back in business.
Someone please offer to approve the treasurer's report and pay bills.
I'll offer.
Thank you. And second?
Interlaken.
Thank you. Alan Hurst?
Yes.
Interlaken?
Yes.
Lock Arbor?
Yes.
And Ocean?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Don, take it away.
Okie dokie. Our new grant we're working on now, and we just got word from the DEP, we need a few extra things. The good news is Interlaken is helping out with sponsoring the DLA Commission for the Joint Insurance Fund. So in a couple of weeks, we'll have new insurance, liability, not comprehensive. What is that? General liability.
General liability.
General liability, and we're going to have some property, the contents of the flume and our storage facility, there'll be some coverage there, and some other coverage for doing projects, maybe even paddles, maybe will be covered for that. Cleanups will be covered. So that's great. And also the general insurance for officers, right? For officers, which is great.
That's great.
Yeah, I thank Interlaken for that, and the insurance fund gives Mr. Casagrande, Chuck Casagrande is what we're working with. So that was a great connection. The other piece of the grant, we have to get some information. They're asking for little details. I'm working with Matt Mariano on modifying some of the wording and on the Sage system. We got to get Jesse's home address and Ricky's home address, which I now have. I have to give to Matt. But Jesse, if you could email Matt your home address,
Sure.
That'll be one piece of it.
Yep.
And there's some other little details, but it seemed very easy, and we can get rolling. And according to the DEP, we can continue doing the work. And Peter, this is where you come in. I think we can continue with the final plans for the RFP. I think
they told us no, but let's see how long it takes them to respond. Interlaken meets Wednesday night. They'll have a resolution for us the following day, next week from today, and we'll get it submitted.
And
Okay.
then they'll
Matt
give us
can call and check.
There's a new email that says we're covered under the 2023 letter, so we can continue according to what I read today.
Will they send us because we have money to pay the insurance bill, so that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
And of course, the old grant, we're still getting money back on that, and they're working.
Right.
That check should be cut. So
Okay.
we should be on the road, but we got to work it quick because I think we got to get on the street by sometime in the fall, right, Pete?
We are. I rechecked the dates, Don, and it was July of 2023 that we got the affirmative letter to proceed. So we're really not a year and a half like I thought. It's just a little over a year. So we have 3 years to complete the project without asking for an extension. So we have the better part of 2 years to proceed.
Okay. Great.
We'll do it.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks. The shore protection piece.
That's number one.
Education. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I know Jeannie was going to be sending out flyers to the folks along the lake. I'm not sure if that happened yet, but she was working at the goose and carp remediation. No word back from the state. I'm sure we'll get by September. We usually get that information, a letter.
Yeah, I haven't gotten anything.
Yeah, but obviously we did good. I did see a lot more geese over at Colonial Terrace. So they do have their geese literally walking down the street. And that was quite interesting. There was a whole army of them. And I have found neighbors in certain towns that are feeding them still. I mean, we probably know who they are, but the towns should try to enforce the no feeding of the animals, right? I think people are trying to feed deer, and they're actually feeding the geese. So, or the geese and the deer, who knows? But it probably shouldn't be done. And I noticed it's actually being done on public property. So, just to let us commissioners know that. So, look around your towns and look at your town halls, and you might find some feed out there. The weed program, not necessary this year, but I'm going to ask Steve to start for next year and get a 2-year or 3-year agreement set up so we can get that going for next year now. There's no sense to wait. But the lake looks in Terrace Pond, there's really no weeds over there. That could be because they have more carp eating the weeds. I don't know. But that's another issue. More old business. The reestablishment of joint meeting, and then there's DLA commission. All 6 towns have signed up. Asbury's the lone one out there. We're still working with Asbury on getting that signed. Hopefully by mid-September, we'll have that signed, and we'll move on. water testing, Clean Ocean Action. Jesse, did you mail that out yet to the
Yes.
Clean Ocean?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
We just got to get together, and time's a wasted. So we're at least trying to get the we had the wet happened so fast. That's the problem. The dry is easy, but the in the rain sampling is what's tough. So I'm away next week, so I'm not sure we can coordinate anything. But end of the month, we might be able to coordinate something and get some testing. So we'll need some testers if people are out there willing to help. And we're going to probably call on Monmouth University to help out too. All their expert testers they got out there. They got some great folks out there.
Don,
Yeah.
Lucy and I were both certified, and maybe we could use a little refresher, but
Okay.
we could help
Oh,
out.
that's right. Yeah. We had about 10 people that were certified and they're still around, so we can gather them up. But I just have to coordinate with the doctor from Clean Ocean, and get that done. What else? So I think that's all the old business I have. Anybody else have old business I forgot about? No. New business. We have one. I finally found out. I got an email from the cleanup folks, or the big event, Monmouth University, and their big event is November 9th. So our DLA cleanup is November 9th. We all wait for that date, and we finally got it. So we can put that on our calendars and town calendars and all that good stuff. But it's November 9th.
Bundle up.
Yeah.
What's that?
Bundle up.
Bundle up. Well, it's
You never
it's
know.
been good. You never know.
Last year we got lucky.
With that, in that coordination with that, we may have to lower the lake in September.
Do you want me to send out the lake lowering permit?
No, I think yes for that one. Well, no, yeah, I guess we do. Yeah,
Request.
Yeah, but we might have to send another one out. I got to coordinate with the valve guys. They want to take a look at the valve, and determine what they have to do. So whatever they have to do will be that November 9th, and we'll have to pick a day a couple days before that, maybe before a rainstorm, and lower the lake and have them get in there. So I don't need a permit for that. I'll just wait for a good rainstorm coming up the coast, and we'll lower the lake like we did the other day, which has not recovered. So that's the other new business, the lake height.
What do you want me to put on the dates for the lake lowering?
Hold on, let me look at the calendar. Peter, you got any ideas?
No, I don't.
9th is I would say from the 3rd. I mean, we'll start on a Sunday night. We'll slowly lower it. I mean, not going to go crazy, and we'll get it down.
Okay.
Okay.
Don, while you're talking about that, there was a lot of back and forth conversation on the past rainfall events and Hurricane Debbie that came through. You were very responsive to everyone. And if we had listened to others, I just want the commission to know, if we had listened to others who were criticizing the way we maintain the lake elevation pre-storm, we would have had a significant fish kill.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve reported that. What Don did is he lowered the lake for the first rainfall event. And then when Hurricane Debbie was forecast, we waited. And we waited because we didn't know the significant event that was going to occur. And when it moved to the west and it moved past us, we didn't have the significant rain event, which people were demanding we lowered the lake for. So Don should be complimented. I'm sure he won't be, but he should be complimented for holding our ground and doing what we need to do to keep the lake in the environmental condition it's in.
And
Peter, you just stole my commissioner's last word.
Oh, I didn't say.
I won't take total. I just added Josh. Josh Starner just got on. Is he there? I don't see Josh. Hold on. He's joining. Hold on 1 second. I got to give him credit when he joins. He just sent me a text. He goes, I'm waiting in the room. Hold on. There's more people waiting. Hold on. Amit. Okay. Now he's going in. Okay. Here he is. Where'd he go? There he is. So yeah, Josh was heavily involved with that. He was doing a lot of lowering. We were doing a lot of phone calling, and I was in Delaware. I was out of town for that the Monday, but the Monday we lowered it to the top of dam beforehand because we had we had a rainstorm before that
Yes.
that raised the lake. So we got it to top of dam, and then we waited because it was so damn hot. The water was hot. So we waited for we lowered it a little bit more, and we had the rain, and we kept on lowering it, and it never got up over the concrete wall in Asbury. So I was real happy with that, and thanks Josh for doing that. And Josh has been the new. I'm sorry, 1 second. He's been the new muscle man on the flume. He's been lifting logs out that I don't think the backhoe can lift out. So thanks, Josh.
I saw one out there today.
It's crazy.
No, yesterday.
I took when the lake was low. I was walking across Main Street Bridge, looking east on the Asbury side, and literally directly in the middle. And there's some massive logs there, great fishing spots. They're not moving anywhere, but I know where they're at, and I got my pole ready when the water comes back. But yeah, there's some logs, and they float up. They're coming from the back of the lake. They're falling off trees. I guess there's some construction lumber that's floating there and other debris. A lot of lids to garbage cans, Asbury Park garbage cans. We have a supply of recycling lids and trash lids that we can get back to the town. So
there's a big limb jammed underneath the dock on Bridlemere in Interlaken.
Oh, well, I'll leave that to the road department there, right? They can handle that. So
I have a question for Peter.
Sure.
Peter made a statement that if we had done the lake lowering as many thought we should when Debbie was supposedly on her way, that we would have had a significant fish kill. And I think it would be important for the public to know why we would have had a significant fish kill, because there's so much misinformation regarding the lowering of the lake and what the protocols are. And I would appreciate it if Peter could just explain that so that the public will know that, so many of the judgment calls you make can go either way. And it's great when things work out. Sometimes they don't. We do the best we can. Peter, why would we have had a fish kill?
In this particular instance, and I always defer to Steve because he's so knowledgeable about it, but the way he explains it is the high ambient temperature and the high water temperature would cause issues if the water elevation were lowered, because the lake depth is then significantly less. The heat of the ambient temperature warms that water greater. And when you have a rainfall event, it fills it back up. When you don't have a rainfall event, it causes the aquatic life to be in that high temperature for too long a period of time. And that's what causes the either exposure to sandbars, being caught in areas where there's no water, or just the shallow depth of the water causes the aquatic life to die.
That was a cold. If you remember, it was Monday was a cold front, or Tuesday was a cold front that went by, and it dumped 3 inches in a pretty quick period of time. And that was relatively cool water, which was great. It stabilized the lake, and we flushed out a lot of issues, as Josh saw. I didn't see it. I was just coming back from Delaware, but it was a lot of stuff coming out of there. And then we had the other rain with Debbie, a very little bit. We had the lake down about a foot. And we still haven't recovered. We're still, I think, 3 inches on one side, probably 6 inches. It's noticeable. The back reaches of the lake are empty. If you got a motorboat in the back, you can't use it. So that's the only negative of it. So, and I'll tell you, I got a call from the Lock Harbor mayor. Had a nice chat with him and about the situation. He was concerned about Debbie, and we made sure it was low, because it was a chance of getting 3 to 5 inches from Debbie. And we didn't really know until, I would say, 12 hours prior that we were okay. But by that time we had to lower it. So anyway, that was that.
Yeah, I popped down there today, and it seems like it's come up a bit, Dawn. I went down there with a new grabber, so it's pretty close to edge of dam now, which is good. Good to see.
That's good. And there wasn't a big surge either. There was some surge coming in from the ocean, but not a lot. So that's by the way, if you look, we're in the ocean today, the ocean looked dirtier than DLA today.
Yeah,
So it was
yeah.
gross.
Really? Wow.
It was really dirty.
But thanks, Peter, for that. And
You're well. Thank you too, Don. We're going to have to keep an eye out on this next storm coming up because they're calling for 5 to 8 foot tidal increases.
well, I know one guy's very happy about that.
That's why we have the knife gate in the flume.
Right. Yeah, we need the water, so bring it on in. Bring it on in.
Thank you for
It's-
your constant evaluations on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're going offshore Monday. The winds will be pushing hard offshore Monday, and it's a long period groundswell. So I don't think we're going to get too much pushing in. And with the level that it's at now, I think it'll actually be nice to have some, cooler water dumping in. So it should be okay. We'll keep an eye on it, but I think it's actually going to be a positive thing what we have this weekend, if I were to guess.
Oh, it's this
a
week.
couple updates, and Bruce, you want to talk about the
Yeah,
fountains,
just one
or-
thing. I've been on this commission a long time, and it's only the past few years that we've been having this kind of difficulty with the storms. Maybe the past 5 years or so. It's just it's infuriating when we hear all these politicians about getting rid of all these regulations that would roll back our efforts to affect the climate. And I don't know. Everybody should just be aware that this has got to be a result of climate change. And here we are, every rainstorm worried about a million different things. There's a number of variables, and it's a selfless and a job that you have there, Don, and making those calls. And I just want to commend you because it does take a certain amount of guts to make those calls.
I mean, we're in touch with the OE. We got Tom Rue at Ocean Township. I talked to, and he's great. I talked to Josh. I talked to Peter's guys. I mean, and Steve. We kind of have a network, and we pretty much make the decent call. And be honest,
Get it, but no matter how much information you have, you still got to make that call. And in the end, when it goes well, nobody's saying, "Oh, hey, Don, you did a great job."
Yeah.
It goes bad, you got
Very
a million
true.
people.
Yep.
Sorry.
So
We learned-
it's
We
just
learned that last year on September 29th.
When I was a kid,
Yeah.
and you might remember this, Bruce, because you might be a little older than me, a little bit. But the lake flooded. The lake flooded
Judging by
all
the
the
color of
time.
our hair, I'm about 10 years younger. But
Do
let's-
you remember that? The lake flooded all the time. Back
Yeah.
in the 60s and 70s. I remember it over my dock all the time. So,
Yeah. Well, I lived on Poplar Brook, and I remember floods on Poplar Brook where the actual
yeah.
would tear the driveway away, and there would be
Oh, yeah.
fish
Yeah.
in the driveway after the floods. But
Yep.
anyway, I remember the flooding.
I also want to say that with the extended period of heat that we had, I was out paddling around on Sunday, and the
Oh.
fact that we haven't had like a massive algae bloom
Yeah.
is pretty
It's a
amazing.
It is remarkable. You're right
Hey, Carol,
about that.
can you mention your paddle the other day? That was good. That was a good paddle. You sent me some pictures. You want to talk to me
Oh,
about that?
so yeah, I was out paddling around, and I'm always skeptical when somebody does something to the lake, So I was worried about the bubblers at Deal Barco, and I was worried about the fountains in Allenhurst. So I went to check them out, of course. And I didn't know if I was gonna hit them when I rode over the bubblers at Barco, but they're kind of cool. I think it might actually be a good thing for the lake in terms of aeration, especially at this time of year. And then we paddled over to the fountains by the park in Allenhurst, and it was kind of cool. It makes a nice splashy noise, and of course, I didn't want to get wet because I don't like to get wet, but I turned the paddle into the lake and swung the tail of the boat around, and Lucy enjoyed the splash. But it looked pretty nice. Saw a green heron.
There you go.
Really? Huh?
Green heron. Wow.
Yeah, the Allenhurst was nice. They took the cost, and they take the cost of the electric, and they put 3 fountains out just north of the Corliss Avenue Bridge. So that's a nice touch. And the only guidance I gave when they asked, I said, just make sure you comply with the state rules. And Peter's guys, I believe, are complying with helping them comply with that. So so be it. So then they cut back the brush a little bit. I know they want to have a fishing contest, which is a great idea. Asbury Fishing Club is working with them on that, and a couple of folks from that. And my recommendation was to cut back the bushes a little bit, but they're all full of poison ivy. So they need to do some remediation to the poison ivy before you get kids in there. But yeah, they're trying. They're really trying hard. So it's great.
Don, what's the update on the study on the Corley's Avenue Bridge?
Nothing. There's no
Nothing?
the right now
Is it-
what's coming back has to be the design, the final design that's going to go out to bid. We have not seen that.
Okay, because there's like a big steel cable like dragging down in the water on one
Yeah,
side.
I mean it's gonna transform the whole area for sure. So it's gonna be big change. And there's also the battle over the power lines that go over the lake that people want under the bridge underground instead of the big power line. So I don't know where that is either. Bruce, do you know about anything about that? About the power
Not a
lines?
thing.
No.
I know there was a lot of discussion and resistance to the big giant 4-foot diameter tower right on Main Street in
Right.
Corley's.
That's right. They were
Yeah.
battling that. The other thing that was new business, and it's something I didn't get to, but there was a pile of the hotel on 35. Supposedly they're trying to fill in their pool, and they had two massive piles of dirt, and they're gone now, and they're not in the pool. I think that storm last week washed them into the lake. So I haven't gone any further with that because of the Italian Fest. I was busy, but I'm going to ask the town to investigate that and see what they can find out. But that was observed and spoken to me the other day about that. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's on a southbound lane of 35.
The Tower Motel?
You got it. Yep. I think it's by Costco. I'm sorry, by Wegmans.
Wagmans.
Yeah.
Any other new business? Okay. Let's do Commissioner last word. Margot, you got anything? Nothing?
I do think we have an awful lot of garbage on our streets and our beach this summer. And
I agree. I agree with you on that.
I find it very disappointing. So maybe with that relationship, you could maybe speak to the mayor about that. And
Yeah.
also, one of the things that I find surprising, and I found surprising in past years, is that the kids who work at the beach do not clean up Ocean Place and sort of around over by the lake there, because there's quite a lot of time during the day where you can see them all just sitting there.
Sure. Got it.
That's always my suggestion, but
Yeah. I just another thought was the crabbers.
yes.
The crabbers are really trashing the Asbury
I've seen
Park
so
side.
much garbage along
Yeah.
there. I can't believe it.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to talk DEP and find out what's going on. Maybe we get some enforcement. I mean, I hate to do that to these guys, but I've been after them. I think Josh has been after them, and it was worse today, Josh. It was.
Yeah, they throw the little styrofoam pallets from the chicken into the.
What?
Yeah.
So I'm pulling those out every day, and everything they keep is undersized. So maybe if anyone knows anyone in Fish and Game and they want to write a couple quick tickets to make quota, send them down to that lake, and they'll have no problem. Those
There
guys
are
keeping
chicken
like
bones
this big.
everywhere.
Yeah.
All right. While we're at it, Josh, you got a last word other than crabs?
No, I'm good. I just took a second look at everything for this weekend. The swell's coming out of the south, so it's not going to hit the gate right away. So I think we're going to be okay with the surge. So I think barring any kind of crazy rain, I think we're all set.
Okay. Let me see here. Who we got? Carol.
Well, Peter took my first commissioner's last word, and Mario took my
I believe
second.
I didn't say anything.
I did go for a run today, and I was trying to do like a mathematical equation in my head, getting an average on how many feet I saw a piece of trash for the entire. It averaged out to about 1 every 10 feet, which is quite astonishing.
Doesn't it start to ruin your walk or your run? Like I'll go out
It
with my
does,
dog
because
and I'll be
I
in
could
such
stop
a good
and pick.
mood, and then I'm like,
Yep.
oh, there's so much garbage.
I pick it up when I'm walking my dog, but when I'm on a run, I
Yeah.
only get a little window to do it, so I can't keep stopping. And then the second
hear
thing
ya.
was when I was paddling, I did talk to a gentleman fishing on the dock by 7-Eleven, and I asked him what he was catching, and he told me just little small things. I was like, but he was keeping them. So yeah, that Josh is right about that.
How are the plastic bags? Are they basically gone around the lake?
Yeah, I don't see a lot of them.
Yeah.
It's
Right now, it's
mostly,
water bottles.
it's all comestible stuff from
Okay.
people eating food. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see, Bruce, last word.
Yeah, as far as the geese go, I do see them over in the area of Wanamassa, quite a number of them, but there's almost none in Allenhurst. So whatever they did over here, they kept them away, which is great. And I haven't seen, from my perch anyway, too many of those boaters going by and flying through the lake and creating those wakes and everything else. So I don't know if anything has been done to curtail that, but it's been much less this summer than last.
Well, they're going to be a lot. If they're boating this week and they're going fast, they won't have engines at the end of the day.
Ah, that's what's going on.
I saw somebody speeding out there on Saturday night. I was on Deal Lake Tower at a party watching the fireworks for the Italian Fest, and I saw this boat going crazy out there. And next day, I saw repairs being done on a boat. And I think it was that boat. So
Well, there you go.
you gotta watch. You gotta watch.
No bad deed goes unpunished.
Yeah,
Right?
we did, by the way, put a note in the Facebook page about that. So the lake was low.
Anyway, that's all I got.
Okay. Okay, that's it. I guess we open up for the public hearing.
Okay. A motion to open the meeting to the public?
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, anybody out there? Any public would like to speak?
I thought I saw someone type a question. Is the
Oh,
clean up?
let me see.
It was in the
chat.
You're right.
It was in the chat.
Yeah, November 9th.
About the cleanup in
November
September.
9th, September.
Yeah.
Did you? Oh, no.
It's November. It's November 9th.
Check cleanup September, did you say? No.
No.
Check up.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
the confusion probably came from the lake lowering discussion.
yeah.
Yes.
We were talking about doing maybe a summer one on a Sunday, and we never got that rolling. But maybe next year we'll be able to do that.
Okay.
It would be nice. There's some big chunks of foam out there, and I saw, but it's actually it looks pretty good. The lake. I mean, between Josh getting the logs and the chicken scraps up, it doesn't look bad from a distance. But behind the scenes, there's issues. We always wait for the leaves to fall, or with lake lower, you can get the bottom stuff. And the winter time, the early spring, late spring, late winter. I'm sorry, early spring, late winter, and the March cleanup, we get the stuff around the shoreline. So we seem to do a pretty good job on that. And the piles are less, right? Okay. Anybody else out there? Okay. I guess we can close.
A motion to close the public hearing?
So
So moved.
Nope, second.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? A motion to
Hold on,
adjourn.
before we close up, did we
Okay.
forget anything? Seems like we forgot something. No. Okay.
Until we get our insurance and everything going, there's really not much.
I'm telling you, the insurance thing has been the hardest thing I've worked on the lake. I mean, it's been.
Wow.
Are we next month's meeting? Is it a hybrid or is it Zoom?
It's going to be hybrid. We'll be in
Okay.
person, interlaken, right? So, and
Okay.
then hybrid. So if you want to
Okay.
zoom in, you can. If not,
Got it.
okay.
Yep.
Okay, everybody.
So long.
Thank you.
We'll see you.
Wait, a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Mo-
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Okay.